Hello and welcome to the Superintendent's Perspective. I am Mario Salinas, Superintendent. I am joined by Board President Miguel Mike Parias and Vela High School Senior Ronnie Garza. Today we're going to be talking to two graduating seniors, beginning with Ronnie Garza. Before we start our discussion, Ronnie, let me give the community an update on COVID, where we are with COVID. This week we've had one case of COVID, an elementary student came down with COVID on Monday. No staff, so the trends are continue to look better and better and better with the vaccination program that is going on in our community. We feel that the cases are looking good. Today we started vaccinating our 12 to 13, 14, and 15 and 16-year-olds at the activity center by the stadium, and that is going well for us as well. And then our plans are to eventually go to our campuses, to our middle school campuses, and start vaccinating in the community for those parents that wish to go to their schools rather than to a big center like at the activity center. Also, if for those in the community that want to get vaccinated, if you call our hotline, which is 316-SAFE, you can get an appointment and we will vaccinate you. We have staff, all our nursing staff, 60 strong, are trained to vaccinate and to COVID test. And if you or your loved ones or somebody that you know that is eligible and wants a COVID vaccine, you can call our offices and we will help you with that. Also, yesterday we had two second dose clinics, one at McGee Elementary and one at Avila for those out there in those areas that opted to get vaccinated, and we did have around 200 to 300 at each of one of those campuses that we were able to vaccinate. Last night we were able to vaccinate those individuals. Ronnie, you're the type of student that we like to promote.
Thank you.
That our school district likes to promote, and in the end, students that come to our school district, we want them to succeed like you have. You have you got a full athletic scholarship at University of Texas San Antonio to play football. But not only that, you have an associate degree from our schools.
Yes,
and
sir.
not only that, you have taken the most rigorous classes that we offer, and your grade point average is above 100. Let's start with tell us about how before we go into your extracurricular activities that you have participated with us since you were in elementary. Talk to us about your academic experience that you've had with us in the school district. Beginning with elementary, middle, and high.
Well, first off, elementary, I mean, the teachers were so great. They were so kind to students. I went to Crawford, Verial, and Gorena. All really good schools, I think. They've been very kind. South was the exact same thing. They raised us. They were kind of, I mean, obviously teachers sometimes are more there than our parents are. And throughout those years, they kind of guided us, they molded us, they made us into, honestly, the men that we are today. And obviously, Vela was the finishing touch. Vela had great staff, great people, great teachers. They were very kind, they were very understanding. They always listened to us. We were more than just students to them or a name on a paper. They were very kind, they were nice, and I mean, I can really only speak for Vela, but I'm sure that the other schools were like that as well.
Sir, I've always said this. The students don't arrive at the high school and all of a sudden they're very good students, where they can do, 90s and 100s in these pre-AP and AP classes. They don't. It starts at the elementary.
Yes, it does, and this is a perfect segue of both Dr. Salinas and I believe in investing in the front end, and the sooner we can invest in the front end, which is the elementary level, it will provide the foundation. And a good example is of your success, the foundation that you got on the elementary level, and then the tweaking that you got at the middle school, and then in high school. But like Dr. Salinas says, it isn't just magic. You snap your fingers. It's a process, and it starts. The earlier you start, the better.
Yes,
And
that's correct.
did you have any? Were you involved in after-school programs and stuff like that in elementary or anything of that nature?
In elementary, I was in almost everything that you could think of. I was in literature, number sense, theater. I was in everything. In middle school, I was the same way. I was in various amounts of clubs. I even performed and acted in 7th grade.
Really?
Yes, I got like actor of the year, something like something where your name ends up on a plaque.
So your experience in those after-school programs, do you believe that helped you to mold you to not only work with other people, but give you the confidence to go out there and perform?
Yes, definitely. I mean, the programs were just a big plus because in school, obviously, you're doing work, you're in a classroom, you're paying attention to the teacher. But in clubs, it was more of a relaxed environment where you could really bond with people and learn how to communicate and develop social skills and other things like that. And obviously, theater was very good because you literally perform and act with students and you create a bond and you spend vigorous amounts of hours and time with other students and teachers.
Were you always involved in sports, or when did you get involved? In the middle school, or were you playing little league, softball, baseball, whatever? I mean, soccer.
Yeah, I've always been in sports. My dad really pursued soccer because it's his favorite sport. But as the years went on, I kind of grew more into basketball, football, the main primary sports in America right now. And I just kind of developed and trained at them. And in 7th grade is really when you start, per se, because you're in middle school and it becomes where you have schedules and you have practices after school and stuff like that. So I've always been in Little League and all these clubs and teams when you were in elementary and 6th grade, but 7th grade is really when it starts and you become and you grow your foundation.
Yeah. So would you think it's important, attributing to your success, you have to make good decisions. And one of the major decisions is on who you hang out with, who you hang around, what you prioritize. Obviously, you prioritized academics. I mean, that's evident by your score, which is very impressive. But yet, you were evenly successful, not only academically, but also in sports. What attribute to that? Did you have a bond with friends that encouraged each other? Or I know mom and dad have a lot to do with it, but can you explain to us how that happened?
It was really my parents that I would say. They kind of installed in me that time management is one of the most important things, especially when you're growing up and finding out who you are as a person. You really have to understand what your priority should be. And obviously with them, it was always grades and then sports, and then everything else can come after that. There's fun time after you deal with your important issues in life. So yes, as you said before, it was always grades and then sports and then everything else can come.
Sure. To get an athletic scholarship like Ronnie at a Division I college, you have to put time and effort into your sport. For Ronnie to be able to get that, and he got offers from multiple Division I colleges, Rice, and you mentioned some. What are some of the other schools that were looking at you?
New Mexico, Arkansas State, Harvard, Yale.
So these are Division I colleges. So he put time and effort into his craft. He talked about time management, and he had a above 100 GPA. To him to be able to excel in his sport, you have to put time, you have to put effort, probably more than 15 to 20 hours. And then, as he was talking about, find the time to do the studying, to take the test, and to do well. All of that and is a testament to him. And we think that those skills he's going to carry over to past college, and to when he gets into his field, the professional field, he wants to be a doctor or a health-related profession. All those skills that he developed through the years, from when he was in elementary, middle, and high, participating after school, something that we've talked about that is super important. And we're re-emphasizing after school programming, quality after school programming, beginning at the elementary, so that when children graduate from college, as you will in a few years, and get out into the professional, in your chosen profession, you're gonna succeed, because we think that these skills that you develop in communicating and working with others are gonna be so important down the road. You mentioned, and I want to highlight this, the elementary schools for those teachers that work there, the staff, Villarreal, Crawford,
And Gorena.
and Gorena. Hats off to those elementary schools.
Yes.
They're part of your success. South is part of your success. And then finally, Vela. You got to Vela, and all those campuses, all those staff had a little bit to do with your success, along with obviously your parents. And
Yes,
I
sir.
just wanted to mention them again, Ronnie, and for what you've done. You have an associate degree. Tell us about that.
Well, like everything else, I mean, it takes practice, it takes time management, as I said before. So you just have to find time to. The teachers give you the due date and when it's due. You just have to get it done before then and do it efficiently and do it correctly, do it the way that they want it to, and just with that, I mean, the associate's degree is the award that you get with it.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Ron, you're headed off to San Antonio. You're going to play football. Tell us about that.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that. I mean,
I'm sure you are.
I move in 2 weeks, May 30th, and I go through their summer workouts, their summer program, and then we take a little break, and then we head into fall camp, and that's what I'm really excited for. I'm really excited for the season. Obviously, college football is a lot more mentally demanding because the playbook opens so much, it expands, and I'm just excited to challenge myself. I'm really excited for the challenge. I'm excited to get into that program and to get going.
Well, word of advice. I've had a couple of kids go to college, my own sons. If you haven't gone shopping to H-E-B by yourself, go shopping to H-E-B by yourself. It is a different experience than when going with mom and dad, because usually when you go with mom and dad, you're not looking at pricing, but all of a sudden pricing's going to matter. So I remember my son, after he went to college, he goes, "Dad, I didn't realize how expensive bacon was." I said, "Well, yeah, bacon's expensive."
Sir, full athletic scholarship. They gave him breakfast.
Oh, my
lunch,
God.
and
Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. That's awesome.
Those athletes get the best, the best training table there is.
Well, that's good. Well, that's going to be, enjoy the experience, because after, you get to our age, we look back and we go down memory lane. Enjoy the experience, because not too many people get the opportunity that you got and that you deserve, because you worked hard for it.
Thank you.
You did. You worked very hard for it. Enjoy it. Have fun with it. And true success is in not necessarily getting to where you want, but enjoying the way there.
Yes.
And on the way there, you can learn and pick up from different things. And it's going to be a different culture. It's going to be a different surrounding. All of a sudden, you're going to be with the number ones and the number twos, both athletically and academically.
Yes.
So it's going to be a different challenge, but I have no doubt in my mind that you will succeed and bring so much pride to your mom and dad and to us as a district.
The district.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
What are you going to study?
So I'm going to get a kinesiology bachelor's degree, and then from there I have to find out if sports medicine physician assistants require a master's degree for PA school or not, and if they do, then I pursue my master's, and after my master's go into PA school.
Very good. Well, at least you'll have the background. You're going into a field that is already servicing you.
Yes.
So what better perspective can you get than being on the receiving end of that field and going in and in the future wanting to go ahead and serve athletes such as yourself, which is, there's no better perspective than actually being in there and knowing what the needs are. And what position are you going to be playing?
They haven't told me specifically one, but they've told me that I will be playing left tackle and right tackle, just wherever my needs are needed.
Very good.
Do you know if you're going to, you know how they redshirt means that you learn, you're like an understudy?
Yes.
Might you play this year?
It just depends. I mean, they have the whole line returning, so most likely it'll be a red shirt, but they had various injuries last year and over spring ball, which comes with the sport.
Right.
I mean, obviously, especially on the line, there's a lot of movement going on, the power plays, there's so it just depends. If there's injuries, then if they need me, then I'll be there. I'll be ready.
Real good.
Yeah, because there are, you know, when you're in the trenches, I mean, big bodies fall on your legs, and I mean, you may get pressed into action. Mr. Ronnie, we are so proud of you. As a school district, we're proud of you, and I'm sure your parents are proud of you, and we wish you all the best. You have taken advantage of your God-given abilities, athletic abilities, to do well in your chosen sport. And on behalf of our staff, Edinburg CID staff, on behalf of the board, and we're proud of you, and we wish you the very best. And for those out there in the community, this is the type of student that we hope all our children graduate from our schools and do well.
Thank you.
Get a college degree, which I'm sure you will.
Thank you.
Dr. Salinas, I like to give Ronnie the opportunity to, you know, if they want to say something to his mom or dad or somebody special,
Right.
this is the perfect opportunity. Right. Just look into that camera and just share out of your heart, if you don't mind.
Thank you so much, Mom and Dad, for always helping me, always understanding my point of view in things. Thank you for always allowing me to be me. You always taught me well about how priorities need to be organized and structured. And just thank you for allowing me to have fun along this road and not just it be one mainstream towards my goal, I guess.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ronnie, for joining us. When we come back, we will speak with another outstanding student, Selena Castañon. Welcome back to the second part of our Superintendent's Perspective. Joining us now is Edinburg North High School senior, Selena Castañon. Selena, welcome to our show.
Thank you.
The reason that we selected you, Selena, for this show is because you're the type of students that we want the students that attend our schools to eventually be like. We want them to participate in extracurricular activities. We want them to get good grades. We want them to eventually go to college and to graduate from college. Talking about college, Selena, you received a $180,000 scholarship from the United States Navy.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about that.
Well, during Christmas break, I got an email saying if I would like to apply for a scholarship to eventually become an officer in the United States Navy. So I said, why not? I'm not going to lose anything if I apply. So I applied. It took me a while because there's a lot to it. And then I had an interview and they pushed my application forward, so like round 2. Mm-hmm. And then from there, it was sent to Florida, I believe, and they made the final decision where I found out that I was getting that scholarship.
How many students received this scholarship nationwide?
I believe it is 150 students across.
From across the whole nation?
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's how many, 150.
How many, do you know of anybody else from the lower Rio Grande Valley got a similar scholarship?
I believe one, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. And Selena, where are you going to go to college?
I'm going to Clark Atlanta University. Mm-hmm. It's in Atlanta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm. And why did you choose that college? Is there a particular reason?
Mm-hmm. They, as it's a minority serving scholarship, they said that it had to be a minority serving institution, and this gentleman I was working with gave me a long list, so I went through each one, researching different colleges, and Clark Atlanta seemed like the best fit for me.
You've been in ROTC how many years?
3.
3 years?
Yes.
And what attracted you to the ROTC program?
Well, initially I wanted to join the military enlisted without going to college, and my mind changed throughout the years because they taught me different lessons and what would be more beneficial in the long run.
So when you were small, I know you didn't grow up in Edinburg, you grew up in Illinois?
Yes.
You have always, the military piqued your interest even then?
Yes. It started, I believe, in 5th grade when I saw the Navy uniform. It was blue, and it caught my interest.
The navy blues for
Yes.
for the female. Tell us about your academic experience at Edinburg North. I know it's a school that prides itself with their rigorous academic standards. Tell us about that.
Well, I really liked their classes. They were challenging enough where I didn't feel like I was being left behind or that I wasn't learning anything. It really pushed me to be better, to be a better person. And I took both regular pre-AP and AP classes, and it really helped me become who I am today.
Did you take some pre-AP chemistry?
I took pre-AP chemistry as a sophomore.
And who were your teachers there?
For pre-AP chemistry, it was Ms. Garza.
Mrs. Garza?
Yes.
Any other teachers that you'd like to recognize here on the show that made an impact on you at North?
I would say specifically my JRTC instructors, Sergeant Rodriguez and Major Gonzalez, because they're the ones who really pushed me and have seen me grow all 3 years. They were the only teacher I had repeated, so I feel like they're the most impactful ones.
So why chemistry?
When I took chemistry as a sophomore, I really fell in love with it. It came easy to me. I like knowing that science is something you can prove, you can show. It's not something theoretical. And I don't know, I had a lot of fun in chemistry, so that's why I picked
Chemistry.
Yes.
Wow. It's you know, it's not simple.
No.
And there's a lot of moving parts, and there's all kinds of different formulas and things. So you really do you enjoy the challenge?
Yes, I did. It was a lot of math, but the math made sense in chemistry, which only made the experience that much better.
Wow. So, so because you're interested in chemistry, what are you going to be doing, or what are your wishes once you go to the Navy? Because you're going to go to college for 4 years, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then after the 4-year commitment in college, then what's your commitment to the Navy?
It's going to be an 8-year contract.
Okay.
The job I would want as of right now is EOD, which is Explosive Ordnance Disposal. And it's basically disarming bombs, finding them, making sure everyone's going to be safe and whatnot. And for now, it's 8 years, but I'm hoping for until retirement, which is 20 plus years.
So why that field?
Well, there's no one specific reason. Last year, we had a Navy recruiter come in, and he was talking about special teams, and he mentioned EOD. He gave me a pamphlet, and it sounded really interesting. So I went on YouTube, I looked it up, and what they're doing helps many people, and I just want to help people, and I thought that was a fit for me.
Very good. So in that, I mean, that's a very dangerous field, but you must have nerves of steel. I mean, I think it's the challenge that really piques your interest in that, and it is a very needed field, definitely. And so after that, you got the $180,000 from the Navy.
Yes.
And that's going to pay for your college. And then from there, your 8-year commitment to the Navy. So what are you going to be entering into the Navy? What's going to be your rank?
They call it ensign, but it would be the equivalent of a second lieutenant in the Army.
Wow.
Yes.
So when you go into the armed services, the Navy, with a 4-year degree, let's say in chemistry that you're pursuing, you go in promoted like as an officer?
Yes, because I will be taking an ROTC, which is the senior level, where they teach us how to become officers. They teach us military history and how to ensure we're going to be okay in the military. So once you graduate with that and graduate with your bachelor's, you become an officer in the military.
Sir Clark, in talking to Selena, Clark, Atlanta University, has an enrollment of 3,000 students. So just imagine that the quality of experience that Selena is going to receive at that college.
Very good.
With 3,000 students on campus. I mean, you're talking about almost a professor student ratio of 12, 13, 14 to 1. I mean,
wow.
At the college level, that almost like That's almost like a private college.
Yes, sir.
So Selena is going to receive a very good education at Clark University in Atlanta. Selena, you're going to be 3 years or 4 years in the ROTC at Clark? Atlanta?
At Clark, it's going to be 4 years.
4 years, so all 4 years you're going to
Yes.
be in the ROTC program as part of your scholarship?
Yes, sir.
When I was a principal at North, I was a principal at North High School. I know that ROTC was super important to me as a principal there because of your experiences there. What are some of the things that you've learned in the ROTC program?
To begin with, I would say goals, time management, and leadership are 3 of the biggest things that we learn. To begin with, goals. Everyone has a dream, but maybe some of us don't know how to set it together. They teach us short, mid, and long-term goals, which has helped me come this far. You know, my first goal was good grades and graduate high school, which check. And then now it's graduating college and joining the military. And then leadership positions, you learn how to communicate with others, you learn how to express yourselves, how to be an active listener. And it's all really important things you need once you leave high school. And then time management you need anywhere. Within the program, we have teams, which I'm part of the unarmed team and PT. And that's taught me how to use my time wisely. Every minute is vital when you are doing many other things throughout your day.
Very good.
The other things are that Selena has, that she has, she is certified cosmetology from our CATE program.
When'd you find time to do that? Jeez.
Certified cosmetology from the CATE program. So,
From the CATE program.
That
Excellent.
requires
Yes.
time,
Oh, yes.
time
Yes.
investment.
What was your experience with that?
Well, it wasn't cosmetology. It was a subcategory. It was nail manicurist.
Okay.
And I did that as a junior. It was only a year program.
What is that?
So we only work with hands and feet, so like pedicures, manicures, acrylic nails, gel, and we don't touch hair or nothing like that. It's simply like,
You're familiar with that?
Oh, yes, I am.
so we learn how to do acrylic nails, gel, just simple manicures, and that's what we were taught how to do.
Wow. So you're not afraid to go out and explore something that piques your interest.
No, I'm completely for that. I'll
Awesome.
do whatever. If it interests me, I'll go do it.
Is this going to be your first time going out of your home and being alone in a strange area, or how do you feel about that?
Well, I left Chicago, Illinois to come to Texas only with my little sister. I didn't know anyone here, only my
Really?
dad. Yes. And so that kind of gave me a taste of it. But moving from here to Atlanta, Georgia, it's only going to be me. There's no little sister.
No dad. No dad.
And yeah, no parent with me. So it's going to be new. It's scary, but I've made friends with other participants who received that scholarship who are going to the same university as I am.
Oh, nice.
So I have a few friends waiting for me. So that's exciting.
You know, I remember when you were going to speak, when you were given the $180,000 at the PAC Center at North. You were telling me that that you're a little scared. I said, listen, we all get the same feelings, those little butterflies, but it's how we translate those feelings. We can translate them as an opportunity to succeed, or we can translate them as fear.
Yes.
So it's very important, and you've been taught well on how to do that. So that's excitement, and I know you'll do well. I know you do well, and I know that we'll be talking about you in a positive manner for years to come. And we're going to keep an eye on you and just check on you and see how you're doing. And I know you've made your family very proud.
Yes.
Very proud. Tell me the experience of how your family members, I believe your grandma had an experience when you showed her something.
So to begin with, I read an email and I was like, oh my God, I got it. I was so excited. First thing I did, call my mom. She yelled at me because, she's at work. She's like, why are you calling me? And I was like, Mom, guess what? I got the scholarship. She screamed through the phone. Her coworkers thought she was crazy. And then I called my older sister and she was really proud of me. And then I told my little sister and my dad, and they were super proud. And then my grandma's in Mexico, so she couldn't see me or congratulate me in person, but I did let her know, and I sent her the link to the Telemundo one as it was in Spanish, and she called me crying that she was so proud and happy for me, that I'm going to be someone in life.
That's so good. That is so good. It's just, you are the pride of your parents, and you are the pride of us, honestly.
We are.
And that's why we're having you here. And, you know, like I'd like for you to take this opportunity and look into that camera. And if there's something you want to share to your family, loved ones, or anybody, would you take that opportunity and do that, please?
Of course. I want to say thank you to my mom and dad especially. They've pushed me, they raised me, they taught me to be the woman I am today. And then the guidance of my siblings. My siblings, we don't always love each other, but that bond is always there, and they always push me to be the better person. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been with me throughout this journey. So thank you.
Very good.
Selena, I'm the superintendent. On behalf of our school district, on behalf of the board, we are proud of you.
Very
Thank
proud.
you.
We want, you're an example of what we want our students to be like. They do well in school, go off to college, get your degree. You are committing at least 8 years into the armed services. That is very admirable
Yes.
of you and your
Thank you.
family. And we are very proud of you. Thank you for coming over here and being with us on this show, so we can showcase you as a product of our system.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us for the Superintendent's Perspective. Stay healthy and stay safe.